What? You fucking hate on me? You fucking crazy? You fucking hate on me? You fucking gonna die, homie. Hate on. Come on, bitch. Hate on me. Hate on. You fucking hate on me. Hate on. Hate on me. Come on, motherfucker. Hate on me. Hate on. Bitches. Hate on me. Hate on. Bring that shit. Hate on me. Hate on. I love you. Hate on me. Motherfucker. Hate on me. I love when you watch, cause you know that I'm hot. With my tight whip, fine bitch. Yeah, we do this shit, cause I'm flashy. Acting nasty, but your boys be acting glassy. I can see right through you, yeah. That's the truth. Come on, dude, you know I'm bad. Hit the bone that down, play the work. It just surges ultimate energy. I want the levels that bring chemistry and history and misery and pain, bitch. I'm glad I'm not you, but you wanna be me. I'm like T.I., you don't know me. There's a difference between doing and done, and you ain't even did either fucking one, son. So feel the 5-0, my desire to place me higher than that wide that's been set. Definitely need something bigger than this neck. 100 track direct. What you got to say next? Hate on me. Hate on. Come on. Hate on me. Hate on me. Motherfucker. Hate on me. Hate on me. Hate on. Hate on me. Motherfucker. Hate on me.
You can hate on me, but what your fate gon' be? Dead motherfucker, so I stay low-key. I'm JDUB, that's Blaze O-N-E. One hat records, motherfucker, call us one hizzy. Oh, for sheep, and nothing surprised us. We was hoping that everyone would despise us, cause you can't extinguish the fire burning inside us. He's Tupac, I'm Machiavelli, ambitions as riders. Before you're dead and buried, go and say your Hail Marys, or you'll have a tag-toe in the mortuary. I've got terrifying verses that are more than scary, ripping your soul from your flesh, the Green Reaper set me. And everybody down with it, say they're truly spectacular. Keep on hating, we feed off it like Dracula. I got my shit cocked, Blaze when I'm back in ya. I ain't gon' say nothing, you gon' hear rat that cat, that's all.
Hate on me. Hate on me. Hate on me. Motherfucker. Hate on me. Hate on me. Hate on me. Hate on me. Motherfucker. Hate on me.
It's one hat, we riding with two pistols and they got back. You can try, but there's no way that you can stop that. Hollow tip from the barrel when I pop that and hit you in that Chicago White Sox hat. Your hate doesn't face us cause we blaze up that sticky, icky, and we drink up. Hennessy, yes, me, my name is J-Dub. Let me pass this shit off the homie Blaze one,
And let me grab one and guzzle until we bubble through the crowd. Cause one, he's loud looking at them dudes like wow. So you gonna try to crush your pride in a high? So go ahead and stunt. We gotta keep the bill drunk with us all the pump. You know what happens? Yeah, I plead the fifth. Come on, boys, let's bump this bitch, motherfucker. Yeah. Hate on me. Hate on me. Hate on me. Hate on me. Motherfucker. Hate on me. Damn, motherfucker. That's the Blaze one coming at you. And who?
J-Dub.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, baby. Love that hate. Love when you hate. Motherfucker, bring it. I love that shit. It makes my dick hard. What? You fucking hate on me? You fucking crazy? You fucking hate on
What's happening? What up? What to do? That's for sure. But everybody in my city say, what up, though? What up? What up, though? What up? What the fuck is up, y'all? It's the 29th day of the 12th month. We got 3 days left, y'all. 3 days left. 3 days left. Let me go ahead and read this real quick. We got the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. You heard me say it. You saw me say it. You can't say I didn't. It's in the chat. It's in the description. You know the rest, you know? Salute to everybody. How is everybody? Is everybody having another Manic Monday? Hey, hey, hey. What up, Big M? Salute, salute, salute. Thanks for pulling up on you, girl. I know you being smooth with it, cool with it, and true with it.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I walked away from the camera.
Oh no, you good, you good, you good. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then we go ahead and get started. You know,
I had to come up here early because I
that's cool. You was rocking.
Last night I went to bed kind of hot.
Hey, no, you Gucci. You already know what it is.
Kind of hot. I got some shit I got to say.
Oh shit! Oh, Big M, that's you. All right, hold on. Let's go ahead real quick. I'm gonna let you have the flow. First, y'all, I got a couple links. I would like, remember I always said, always consider the source, y'all. So these are in the chat. You can click on them on YouTube. They're blue. You can go ahead and check those videos out. I highly encourage it. I would highly encourage you to, and there's that one. Son, please stop. Hey. Thank you, sir. Sorry, y'all. Just taking care of kids, like a good parent, caring parent, There's another link right here. There's 3 videos, y'all. I think I would highly recommend you go check these videos out. Oh, real quick, let me shout out to my replay gang. Shout out, replay gang. Leave your girl a comment. Into my bush watchers, and I call you the boogers on the wall. Our kids leave, my booger watchers. You boogers. Yeah, you. Y'all know who you are. Take whatever finger you would like. Real smooth like, real cool like, and tizzy tap on that thumbs up button for your girl. Yeah, yeah, let me finish doing these. We're going to make a couple announcements, and then I'm going to let Big M have the float. All right? There's another video, y'all. I highly recommend, just my opinion. Go check her out. And then, if you want to just check the whole page out, you call it promoting. I'm promoting her. You know what I'm saying? Just, this is her page. Go ahead and check Nikki P out, y'all. She go check her out. She be doing her thing over there. She be doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about breaking it down, trials. She be doing her thing. Go check Nikki P out, y'all. The link's right here. Please do. I really highly recommend it. I do. Check her out, y'all. Real quick. So, real soon, everybody grab your memberships. I've been being nice and waiting. A couple, maybe a day or two. But no. Starting, the 31st when we break down the monsters of the year. I told y'all had the crown. So we're going to start at noon. Because I don't know how long it's going to take. But as long as it does take. We going to break every one of you motherfucking monsters down, y'all. And I've been waiting to drop a lot of gems. Yeah. So starting that day, it'll be memberships a lot only. Like it's been, So you gonna have to pay to fucking, check your girl out. And to hate on me. At least you go, hey, I'm getting paid. This shit ain't free. You gonna have to pay to hate on me and anybody around me. You gonna have to pay. Yep. Sorry. Anybody sorry, it just is what it is. So my supporters, my membership start at $2.99, and that's pretty fair, so the link for my membership, I think in my opinion it would look better in green over here anyway, but the link is in my description. I'll drop it periodically. We got a couple days till the 31st, but starting the 31st, a lot of demonstrations, mainly all will be membership only. It has to be, you gotta, I'm playing chess, and I this is my platform. I like what I do. I do it from the heart, and, it just is what it is. And if you know, and what's understood ain't gotta be explained. So, now, I'm gonna go ahead and let Big M have the flow. She said she had to come up here early, so Go ahead, Big M.
Yeah, my bad. I was doing some stuff vaccine, but I was in a meeting yesterday. We call it one of them lives yesterday, and I heard them talking about you, Miss Mocha, and they drug you so bad. Oh, girl, yes. And Nikki P, you do like a crackhead lean.
Oh man,
They did not address one thing about the live. They did not address one thing. They spent almost an hour, 2 hours just talking about you. Didn't address anything we put on the table.
Oh, so the triple dog dare was denied. I told y'all. I knew she wouldn't. I told you. Damn. So it was just hours about me. What could they possibly have to say about me? You don't even got to tell me. That's crazy work. I thought it was a platform for complete justice for Naziah. What?
Complete what? They don't know what complete mean. Bring out the Webster for them. Read complete mean. Can you read complete? Because they don't know yet. Read
Yeah,
it.
you knew it. You knew it. I got you, Auntie.
Bring it out. You found it?
Yeah, and we're old school. We like to use the good old paperback, that we consider the source. This is the Webster. This is the definition of complete. So, the definition of complete. Son, yeah, you need to hear this too. We can start early. Okay? Are you listening, son? This is the definition of complete. Complete. Having all parts or elements brought to an end, fully carried out. Absolute. Complete. Finish. To make whole or perfect.
To make whole or perfect.
Hold on, y'all.
So they want complete justice for Naziah, but they're not trying to address the stuff that's on the table. They're not trying to say anything to Annette and Shannon, Marquita. None of them.
Interesting. Well, we interesting.
Can
Again,
Worthy? No, nothing for her.
right. And again, I know from experience, you had to deal with her and you were outraged and but everyone grieves different, but I don't know. It's giving but we're not here to judge, we're just not our job, but everybody might grieve different, but in a sense again, still no, again, I'll challenge you again.
My son was 27 when he passed. I still grieve him. Him and his baby mother. I still grieve them. It's been 6 years. Sometimes I just bust out crying. So, and then for them not to have any kind of grieving or any type of emotion or want some kind of answers or somebody to be held accountable. You want somebody to be held accountable for something they did to you. They hurt you. They took something from you. Held these people accountable.
And her son, your son, it was 2019, and I've grieved my first wife passed away in the year of 2016. I still bust out randomly too, crying. randomly. You know, TIME is the only thing that helps. But I definitely still grieve. I miss, and I definitely, you know, again, we heard them speak of her in the past tense.
We love.
Loved in April. Again, I just challenged them to answer some questions about and update us, you know. But you know, I'm sorry that they couldn't do it. I knew they wouldn't be able to do it. Real quick, Shell Baby, what up, though? Salute. I hope you're being smooth with it. Actually, I know you being smooth with it, cool with it, true with
Hey,
it.
Shell baby.
Thanks for pulling up on your girl. Thank you. Blessings to you too. Shell Baby says, my boyfriend passed away 2 years ago. I still cry every day in the shower.
Yes.
Again, I'm gonna remind you guys. I don't know if you guys have, and you know, I mean, you know, maybe people are really private, but I still ain't seen one tear. I seen fake tears in a press conference, but I ain't seen one tear yet.
That fake tear, she cried, and she was crying, and when no tears coming down, she was trying to squeeze one out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hold on, guys, 1 second.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not saying everybody have to be crying or grieving or something like that, but so some kind of remorse or something that you want to get some type of justice for this girl, for this baby.
And listen, you know, again, they're trying to dismiss all the essay against our girl. That's pretty outraging. You know, again, Big M had to experience the monster Kim Worthy. Fuck her over. Fuck her son over. Fuck her son's baby mama over. Fuck her 3 young granddaughters over. Straight fuck her over. You see how I'm getting pissed off thinking about it? She outraged. She should be. Abso-fucking-lutely. Diabolical.
And when it happened to me, I didn't know what to do. But I started going in trying to change the laws, trying to write stuff to try to get it changed.
Boy, look at you. You advocating for victims. Look at you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You know what you advocate. You know what I'm saying? So again, Big M, it was a fucking I broke her story down. You know, if she wants to talk about it, you know, real quick, we can and she can say, but it's totally not okay what the fuck she has to live with every day, and them babies have to live with every day. She experienced Kim Worthy, y'all. She did.
25 years, 2 bodies. I'm gonna leave it at that because my grandkids are here and they don't know the whole story.
Which her grandkids were their 3 little girls that no longer have a father or mother. You know, so I'm again her grandkids are around, so I'm gonna keep it at that. Shell Baby, I'll share the link with you, or you know what I'm saying. But again, not okay for 2 and what he did. Not okay. So again, yes, and he took a plea. Kim Worthy's all about pleas. She knows.
Oh, he did take it?
No, I'm talking about, we're talking about you.
Yeah, he did take the plea. Mm-hmm.
Kim Worthy's all about pleas. Firsthand, her firstborn, y'all, her firstborn knows all about pleas and Kim Worthy.
Yep, my first love. My 10-pound, 13-ounce baby. And I still don't talk to him in the past tense.
Again, see, you heard her? You heard her? And again, Shell Baby, you want to read the comments because I don't know about the shorties around you, you know. So you could just read it, and I don't want to read it out loud or post it. You know.
No, we didn't get a lawsuit against her. No, because we had, when it happened, they were saying he wasn't gonna take the plea deal, but I was totally against the plea deal. And they was like, well, they have to offer it. Whether we agree with it or not, they have to offer it to him.
and she said it last night. She wasn't okay with it. It doesn't matter what the family says. They do what the fuck they want.
He said it came from Kim Worthy's office. Kim Worthy's office.
Aggie with the wrench. What's going on? Salute, salute. I know you being cool with it, smooth with it, and true with it. Salute, salute. So again, y'all, we have somebody who's lived here her whole life. She's got some years on me. Again, I think me and her son were born the same year.
Was.
We were. Okay, so again, she's old enough to be my mama. And we just ran across magically, God, it's all love, that's my auntie, dog, so again, I covered her story. I broke it down. It's diabolical. And again, the family don't even have a say. She was not okay with that plea deal. And they said, and it's a tragic.
From his office, it was a big fuck you. We're going to go ahead with this. Yeah.
And she's not lying. I broke it down. I broke her whole story down. The articles, the paperwork, the public records. My heart goes out to you and them babies.
Yeah.
God bless your soul, man. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that and endure that monster worthless.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all. And then I'm gonna make a little announcement again. The 31st, y'all, we gonna start at 12. Cause the number one spot, you guys don't even have to even guess. You already know. And I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's monsters. And there's been a lot of gems I've been holding on to. And it's gonna be the start of a lot of membership only demonstrations. Because that's just the way it's gotta be, So my memberships do start at $2.99. And again, the 31st, the monsters, every single one of them. Y'all know who has the number one spot. I said they got the crown. That day, we're starting at 12. I don't know how long I'll be on this here live, but as long as it takes me to break down with Big M,
oh yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Every single one of them, and we got gems. Y'all know I've been waiting for the monetization and all that, I've been holding on to some gems, and now I'm ready. And we're going to end the year with a bang for our girl. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. So, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 31st. Y'all know the monsters. We will be breaking them down every inch.
So it's going to be a party on Michigan Mayhem.
Over here in Michigan Mayhem, we are going to be breaking down. We are going to be the truth, nothing but the truth. The black and white all day. Maybe some pictures to go with it. You never know. But I'm talking about black and white all day. To come with me. Right behind us. Yeah. Shell Baby says, don't worry, I'll be there. I had nothing to do. And we'll take breaks. And again, I don't know how long it's going to take. But you see how long it took for just to listen to. But we're working on it. Just know. We're working on it. It's going to be a breakdown. And again, all the gems. I promised y'all. I let y'all slowly have some again. Y'all know how long I've been, but all of the good, juicy ones. Can you hear me now?
I think, members only from now on.
No, starting the 31st, the 31st, that one will be members only, from jump to even join. But then after the 31st, going into 2026, a lot. I've been waiting. I would do my live. I would wait a day or two, and then membership it. It's gonna be a lot of membership only, and unfortunately, it's just because it just is what it is. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of groupies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm playing chess, so that's just what it is. So my memberships do start at $2.99. And I'm just gonna say 90% of them will be membership only. Membership only. It just has to be that way. Don't be mad at me, y'all. I love y'all. I love all y'all, but you be mad at my groupies, the boogers in the bushes, the boogers on the wall.
It is cold season though.
So, all right, y'all. We gonna start with nothing. Okay, son, jeez. All right, so we gonna go ahead and start breaking down monsters number 3, y'all. This happened in up in Wexford County. So let's see, we do the glove way up here, up north, way up there, this case was kind of near and dear to me too because I used to stomp up there. My mama lives up there in Wexford County. My youngest baby sister goes to the high school up there. I stomped up there for some years. You know what I'm saying? I did. I was able to talk to one of her cousins I went to school with. Another girl I went to school with on TikTok. They were so it's a very small town. If you heard anything about the case, they'll tell you the population is very small. The Manistee Forest. Growing up, this one's near and dear to my heart, man. It just sucks. And again, they do have crime up there, but this right here will go down in history for them. Like they don't, and then I don't understand because of the police work, and shout out to the community out there, for real. Shout out to the community, because they found her, you know what I'm saying? They found her. There's a lot of people, standing on business for Rebecca and Baby Park, because she was pregnant, days away from giving birth. And her biological mother and her stepdad, carved the baby out of her, unalived her. She's 22 years old. Her biological mother and the baby put him in a cooler because it was a baby boy, and put the cooler in a trash bag, and then put the trash bag in the garbage tote at the end of a street, and it was garbage day that day, so he went in the back of a dump truck, and they still haven't found the baby. And we have statements coming from the mother blaming Brad and Brad blaming her, but they both implicate themselves. They fucked up. They fucked up.
Wait, you went to school?
What'd you say?
I said, wait, you went to school? I heard a check last night. You ain't go to school.
Oh yeah, hey, I don't know. It is what it is. Hey, maybe I did, y'all. It's for y'all to figure out.
I'm like, wait, she went to school? I just heard last night you ain't go to school. You was orphan. Nobody wanted you. You was like orphan Annie.
I was an orphan.
You was an orphan girl. Nobody didn't want you. You was a ragamuffin, and you wasn't even from Detroit, girl.
By golly, they better do their research. I don't know. They better do their research. But again, let's go with it. But yeah, this case right here is very diabolical. And then there's more players involved too. Also, this is some hills have eyes type shit, y'all. So then Becca's baby daddy, which Becca's 22, her baby daddy's in his 40s. Guess what, y'all? He's on the registry. And then her baby daddy was in relations with Courtney, the mother, her younger sister, Kimmy, who's 20, and impregnated her. Richie, another family where everybody's fucking everybody. Then, Kimmy, her sister, was arrested for making a false report to the police. We'll listen more, but then she was let out. Richie was randomly arrested from some old back rug charges, which was like, what? And he had $1 million bond, y'all. And he bonded out. And so did Kimmy. And then they came back to the internet. Oh, this is another family. Oh, wait, hold on, let me say. That ran to this motherfucking here internet. Never was on TikTok. Never hit panels. Crazy work. Damn. Right. Jinx, show me a Coke, Aggie with the wrench. Oh, yeah. So let's start to hear about this shit. This is crazy, y'all. Rest in peace, Baby Park. I hope they find you. Rest in peace, Rebecca May. Justice for Rebecca, y'all. And I will be up there in court. They go to court in January. I'm advocating for them too. So I'll be up there. Yup, sure am. Yup. So I want to remember, you guys, in my one of my demonstrations, I think we counted 10 victims that I've been advocating for. Right? 10. I just want to put that out there. Not one. 10. Okay? Note that. So, let's roll the clip. Again, justice for Rebecca, y'all. Justice for Baby Park. And again, this is very graphic. The details are gruesome. Trigger warning. All that and some more shit. If you got your shorties around, it's on you. You know, I don't say I didn't warn you, but this is very gruesome. Very gruesome. You're going to hear right from the horse's mouth again. With not a fucking quiver in her voice, not a sad, not a tear, not an inch of remorse. Tell them that she cut the baby out her daughter's belly. Here we go. Strap up, man. Buckle up.
Of episodes back. The affidavit that we're about to go over is 18 pages long, and I've laid it out a bit to make it easier to follow because this story is a complicated one with family dynamics, past accusations, complicated relationships, and hidden resentments that investigators had to untangle before charging Rebecca's own biological mother with the crime. My name is Lauren Matthias, and this is Hidden True Crime. Of people in the Rebecca's Wexford County resentment that investigators just before 12:45 Hidden True Crime. Hidden True Crime. On November 4th, 2025, at just before 12:45 p.m., Wexford County Central Dispatch received a call from Kimberly Sue Park reporting her sister, Rebecca K. Park, 38 weeks pregnant, missing. She had last been seen the night before, November 3rd, in Boone Township. Rebecca had been living with her boyfriend, Richard Lee Fowler, in Cedar Creek Township. Courtney, Rebecca's mother, told deputies that she last saw her daughter on the evening of November 3rd. They had gone out to get ice cream, and Rebecca mentioned she needed Tide Pods, so Courtney returned home to get them. When she came back, Rebecca said she was waiting for a friend to come pick her up, and a black sedan with tinted windows pulled up, and Rebecca got into the front passenger seat. Courtney couldn't identify the driver or the number of people in the car. Later that night, Rebecca's fiance, Richard Fowler, or Rich, called Courtney, asking where she was, but she said she didn't know, only that Rebecca had left with a friend. The following morning, Courtney received a screenshot from Kimberly, Rebecca's sister, showing the location of Rebecca's phone. While Courtney drove to a spot just off her road near a two-track, it's a narrow, unpaved dirt or gravel path, less than 200 yards from her house, and there she found Rebecca's phone lying on the ground. She initially thought Rebecca might have dropped it while stepping off the road to use the bathroom. She ultimately took the phone to Rich. That same day, Rebecca was officially entered as a missing person in the Law Enforcement Information Network. And on November 5th, Detective Lieutenant Chris Piscor met with Kimberly, who played a voicemail from Courtney. And in it, she relayed supposed information from a woman named Oriah Clark. Oriah claimed two people in the car had visited a place called the Revival Center asking for Narcan. She also said that Rebecca had, quote, got what she fucking deserved, end quote, and referenced an older man she may have left with. Kimberly identified the only older man Rebecca had contact with as Stephen Billett, who drove a black sedan like the one Courtney described. However, contacting Billett showed no indication he had recent contact with Rebecca. Kimberly also showed the detective Rebecca's cell phone. The last call had been made to Courtney, her biological mother, and there were no records from Monday, November 3rd, suggesting messages may have been deleted. Kimberly noted that Rebecca often deleted her phone history herself. A second voicemail from Courtney linked Rebecca's disappearance to someone else named Randy and suggested looking into Stephen Billett, but Kimberly admitted she did not fully trust Courtney's information.
So Kimmy is her sister, who's 20 years old. She was arrested for lying about everything that you just heard that she told the popo. And she's out on bond. Let's keep listening. This shit is about to thicken up so fucking thick. It's crazy. This is some deep, crazy shit. Sick shit. Twisted and some more.
So then, on November 6th, Detective Piskor obtained a search warrant for Rebecca's phone, which was sent to the Michigan Computer Crimes Unit for forensic examination. A coordinated search of the areas where Rebecca had been seen and where her phone was found was conducted on November 8th, involving 36 people from all county search and rescue and Christian Aid Ministries.
Shout out to that community. Wexford County community, churches, all you that was stomping out there. Boots on the ground. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who helped in this case. TikTokers, we're going to play the clips. They was over on TikTok. Courtney, when her daughter's laying, she had her daughter stored. She's on TikTok. Shout out to Steph. She woke it up. She made, yeah. They're using them the clips in the court. She was on the news, and Stephanie knew what she was doing. She asked the right questions. She didn't fuck up the case, and they're using it for the case. TikTok, salute to you, Steph, on TikTok.
Search and rescue, but no new evidence was recovered. On November 15th, 2025, Candace Freeman, Courtney Bartholomew's sister, contacted authorities with unusual information. She explained that since late October, Courtney had been texting her, claiming she had recently given birth to a baby boy who she named Ashton Lee Bartholomew at 28 weeks gestation. Courtney said the baby was in the NICU in Grand Rapids and requested baby supplies. On November 3rd, Courtney texted that the baby had backslid, but was still hoping to come home. However, later that day, she claimed, quote, "My son passed away." When Candace asked how it happened, Courtney said the baby wasn't getting air.
And that shows, again, this was plotted, premeditated, because, again, she admits that they tried to take the baby inside and give it CPR. Courtney did, and it didn't make it. And Brad also said he never heard the baby cry or breathe. Crazy. So, Courtney couldn't have babies anymore. She wanted a baby with Brad. But there was so much fucking going on, y'all. In my opinion, I believe. You don't think Brad was getting any from nobody? Brad was just, because Brad is ding, ding, ding. He's on the registry too, y'all. He's on the registry too. Brad is too. He's a registered one too. So you mean to tell me only Richie was getting some? So, wow. In my opinion, she wanted a baby with Brad so bad she couldn't have a baby. You know, maybe it wasn't Brad's. Maybe it was Richie's. But, and she had a thing for Richie. Maybe her and Richie were going to run away with the baby. I don't fucking know. This shit's crazy as fuck. We don't know 100% that that's Richie's baby. We do not. We can't test the baby because they took the baby out and did some more shit, put him in the cooler, threw the baby away like it was trash. But you wanted a baby so bad, Courtney Bartholomew. Which Courtney Bartholomew birthed 4 children, Rebecca being her second youngest, Kimmy her youngest, another boy. They were all taken away and adopted. Then she had another son, but she got to keep him. And he's only 14 right now. Wait, how does that work? You give away 3 of your kids at birth, like at a very young age. And also, the adopted mother, shout out to you, Miss Park. Shout out to you, Miss Park. My English teacher is her sister-in-law. She's running the GoFundMe teacher. Shout out to you, Miss Phillips. Yeah, shout out to you. Rebecca had 2 other little boys that were taken from her, unfortunately. Miss Park has custody of them. Kimmy has a daughter. She has custody of Kimmy's daughter. You're a warrior. Prayers for Miss Park, y'all. Prayers for Miss Park. You got a heart of gold, baby. You got a heart of gold, Miss Park.
This is diabolical.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is your child, your biological child.
You would think the adopted mother, but the adopted mother is the heart of gold. And you know, Rebecca has her adopted mother's last name, Park. And she's crushed. She's crushed. It's crazy work. And again, all these people, all these monsters, unfortunately, yes, they were all on rugs, y'all. They were all rug users. So let's keep listening, y'all.
And that she had witnessed him die. That same day, November 4th, Courtney began talking to Candace about Rebecca being missing. Investigators began gathering phone records from T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon, focusing on tower dumps and area searches related to November 3rd, the night Rebecca was last seen. Around this time, Detective Piskor reached out to Courtney to schedule another interview, which she initially resisted but eventually agreed to. The recorded interview on November 11th covered Courtney's background and her relationships with Rebecca and Richard Fowler, Rebecca's fiance.
A bunch of people in this office started using Riverside to easily make a podcast. I don't listen to any of them.
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside.
Courtney disclosed a complicated history. After Rebecca and Rich broke up, she had begun a relationship with him while still married to Bradley and planned on filing for divorce. However, Courtney said that she became pregnant and was uncertain whether Bradley or Rich was the father and decided to pause the divorce. She made allegations that Rich had attempted to shoot Bradley, but resumed his relationship with Rebecca after.
A little bit of truth in every lie. I feel like that was the truth, but it wasn't her. It was Rebecca. In my opinion, a little bit of truth in every lie. And I just said that. I just said in my opinion, and then I feel like she's telling some of the truth, but she placed her and took our girl Becca out. But Becca's supposed to be part of that equation, not Courtney. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But damn, we just heard it. Let's keep listening. This is Diabolical.
Courtney shut him down. And after that, Courtney claimed that Rich raped her, causing her to miscarry her baby. She claimed she reported the assault at the time, but that Rich was never charged. And because of these events, Courtney said she had been worried about Rebecca's safety, believing Rich could be abusive, and encouraged her to leave him.
Misadventures, the professor's in the building. Salute, salute. I know you're being smooth with it, cool with it, and true with it. Thanks for pulling up on your girl. It's all love. It's all love. Aggie with the wrench says, hi, Misadventures.
Courtney then walked investigators through the days leading up to Rebecca's disappearance. On November 1st, Kimberly and Rebecca visited her home, and Courtney handed them envelopes that she claimed contained money. However, they both later said the envelopes were empty. Later that day, Courtney delivered some forgotten baby items to Rebecca and Rich's home. On November 2nd, plans to go to Dairy Queen fell through when Rebecca visited the hospital thinking she was in labor. She was only 1 centimeter dilated and discharged. Courtney and Bradley drove Rebecca and Rich home, where they had a brief argument about money. Courtney offered to take Rebecca home, but Rebecca suggested meeting the next day instead. So on November 3rd, the day Rebecca disappeared, Courtney picked her up from Rich's. Rebecca looked stressed and said that Rich was pressuring her for money to fix his truck. Courtney handed Rebecca $2,000. There's that $2,000. And they discussed having a baby shower, which Rebecca refused due to fear of attracting attention from Children's Protective Services. And during their time together, Courtney went inside briefly and noticed that Rebecca deleted something from her phone. Courtney offered to drive Rebecca home, but Rebecca said someone was coming to pick her up. Courtney described a car with dark tinted windows, no license plate, possibly a Chevy, and later admitted she had provided some different descriptions about the vehicle on social media. She said she didn't follow the car because she thought it would upset Rebecca and push her away. Well, later, Courtney reached out to Kimberly for Rich's phone number. After failing to reach him, she sent a text to inform him that Rebecca had left with someone. Courtney confirmed that Rebecca had been actively texting throughout the afternoon. The next morning, Kimberly provided GPS coordinates for Rebecca's phone, which led Courtney and Bradley to the phone's location. Bradley found the phone first and handed it to Courtney. And during the interview, Courtney addressed a photo she had sent Rebecca of a check for $18,000. She admitted sending the photo, but insisted she never gave Rebecca the actual check or made a...
This shit is so messy, so sloppy, and again, in my opinion, I feel like this is a open and shut case, but we'll see how it goes, because there might be some corruption up there too, because I don't know, y'all. It's just my opinion. Like, we gonna find out. I don't know how motherfuckers bonding out of jail that had $1 million bond, getting arrested from something that he got into some time ago. Why didn't you been arrested for it? Give him $1 million bond, and guess what? He was habitual. He was caught with, the big M, big M. I didn't mean to say it like that, but the M, y'all, the M, them M and things, they be mathing around and then the math don't be mathing if you're picking up my drift. Large amounts, like ring. So, why wouldn't he charge that a long time ago? You got, man, this is real sloppy, y'all. Real sloppy. And it's like, I wonder if these families, like, get a little bug in their ear, like, hey, go do this because, I don't know, because of corruption, or like, is it just an epidemic that's starting that these families are literally running to the internet, trying to fuck up the case, literally. Even when Kimmy got out of jail, bonded out, they did not give her a gag order, but told her it was in her best interest to stay off the internet. What does she do? Get right on the fucking internet. Did she get in trouble? No. She's still out here free. So, construing the case, like, it's like every single one of them. It's like, how do y'all know to fucking try to misconstrue the case? This shit has never been heard of. So again, it's like, is it really an epidemic, or is a bug being planted by the corrupt upper-ups in all these stories that we're hearing? I don't know. Make it make sense.
Similar check for Kimberly. Yeah. When confronted with phone records showing no activity from the recovered phone, Courtney claimed Rebecca might have had other devices. She also...
So, y'all, we're going to go back to her in a minute, just because we're right here at this timeline. Now, I want to show y'all what Courtney is doing why her daughter is being stored, or wherever, allegedly, wherever the fuck she was being for some days. It was over 10 days. This is what her mom's on the internet doing, knowing what the fuck she did. Knowing the baby is in the trash. This is what she had to say. Let's listen.
the detective asked me and Brad to come in. We both went in. The detective talked to me and asked me if I'd do a lie detector test. Did not give Brad the choice to even do a lie detector test. They automatically told him that he was doing it whether he liked it or not. While I was doing mine, I found out that Kimberly had said that I hit my daughter and I hit her body. Then I find out that she's trying to get my husband for murder. Then I find out that she's been asking Brad about the trails behind my house. Okay. Tomorrow, I've agreed with everybody, 11 o'clock, be in front of my house or on the side road, whatever. You follow me. We do trail hunt out where Kimberly's asking. I do not know what we're going to find, if we find anything. I have no clue. This could be a lot.
Courtney, are you willing to accept a couple questions if we're we're neutral? We just have a couple questions for you. We will have a team out here tomorrow at 11. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, but we do have some questions. Will you we can let you speak and repeat what you said out there because it was difficult to hear. But when you're done, if you would please accept some questions as long as we're respectful.
Yeah. Saturday night before Kimberly left with Brendan, she had stated that, was it Saturday? It was Saturday, right? She stated that she was the one in the black car. Where she got the car, I don't know.
This is crazy work. But everybody, the girl on the top of this panel right here in the video, that is Rebecca's cousin. And that's the one I went to school with. She was on my panel over on TikTok. But yeah, this girl's sister, because they have different dads, Fabian is the dad. And Fabian is Rebecca's bio father. Crazy work.
But she stated that she was the one in the car. She was the one that picked her sister up. She also stated that she took her to a bus station, put her on a bus, and sent her to Tennessee. When she got there, was to get a hold of Josh. And I don't know if she's there yet or not. She should be. Because it does not take 3 weeks, right? I didn't think so. But she should already be there. Josh was supposed to help her with that $2,000 and get a apartment. I told them tonight that I'm not lying for my daughter anymore. She's going to fess up. That this is going to come to an end. And then...
So at first, Kimmy tried to blame the bio mom and the stepdad, and then the mom's out here trying to blame Kimmy, the daughter. Wild. Sounds like some other motherfuckers I know. They know, we don't know. What the fuck?
We get back in my car, which I'm sitting there at the sheriff's department waiting for Brad. And he gets in, he's like, this is some bullshit. And I said, what do you mean? He's like, your daughter's trying to implicate me for murder. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then he's like, could that be why she's asking me about trails? I was like, I hit the dash so hard, I'm surprised the airbag didn't freaking deploy. I was like, what the fuck you mean she's asking you about the trails behind the house? He's like, she's been asking me. And when the cops were out here searching for Becca around where her phone was and all that, Kimmy was sitting here getting nervous, real nervous. Okay, so you say you put your sister on the bus, but yet you're sitting here getting nervous. And then when we start asking her questions about the sea and the rugs and all that, she just kind of like closed herself off to us. She didn't want to talk anymore. Now, everybody in this knows that Kimberly has had everybody, even the ones that went out to the compound, the ones that were here, running a wild goose chase. This has to end. That is why I said, let's go check the trails behind my house.
What are we checking?
Because it's
And guess what, guys? They found Rebecca right behind her house in the trails.
has got to stop.
Trails 4. How can we confirm? Have you talked to your daughter? Have you talked to Becca?
I have not talked to Becca. The baby shower that we had planned,
Okay.
and was supposed to be virtual. How the hell do you do a virtual baby shower? You can't.
I don't know. That's a little leery on that. But has she had the baby? Do you know?
Kimberly says she has. She said that he's fine, but he's in the NICU in Tennessee. I don't know how truthful it is, but that's what Kimberly's saying.
When did Kimberly originally tell you that she got Becca on a bus to Tennessee?
She told me Saturday.
She told you on Saturday? Okay. And then
And I told her to tell the detective.
Right.
And she said that she was going to.
If she did get on this bus and you're believing that's what happened, why and what would be significant about the trails behind your house?
Why is Kimberly asking about the trails that are behind my house?
What was she asking? I mean, what do you mean? What was she asking, like, Courtney? Like, what kind of questions did she ask about the trails? Did she just say, where are they? Or where do they go? Or where does this one lead to? Or what was it?
She was asking how many people run them trails and where they went and how far in they went and all that. And I'm like,
okay.
So that's Brad. Brad and Courtney are together just on her account. So now we're hearing from Brad.
what's it matter?
Well, why?
They go
why
with
would that
her, and a
be
lot of people run it.
significant?
But as she was put on the bus for
Daughter was being abused. Where were you when she could have used the goddamn house?
Like you.
Where were
Remember
you?
the time that you chased her out of your house with a baseball bat and my husband had to go and get her and your husband tried to ram his truck?
When did Josh ever have a fucking truck here?
Never.
Yeah, he did. Actually, if you want to
No,
get technical, it was a Jeep. Yes.
But the thing was, is you knew what the fuck was going on with my daughter, and then where were you? Not a fucking soul was around. Not even me.
Little
not
did
her
you know,
dad.
because you never
not
talked
anybody.
to your daughter. You know how many times
Really?
me and Brittany? No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's call it for what it is, Courtney. You know how many times?
How many times have I saved your daughter from a fucking hot shot, Mel? How many times?
What, once? Look, I'm not denying the fact that people
all
have
the H
issues.
that
Okay,
she
that's
had
not, no, it's not about
and
Brittany.
the other things
It's about
that were in
Becca.
her bag that I took out. So
It's
your
not
daughter couldn't do it.
We're not talking about Brittany. We're talking about Becca, Courtney.
Do
And you're
not
up
come
here-
at
no.
me sideways.
You are spinning lies, and I'm tired of it. Trying to make this thing up about
Spinning
Becca
lies?
here in Tennessee. Bullshit.
Then you better tell Kimmy to stop lying to me.
You know, it's pretty funny.
Because I am
Hold
going
it's
on
pretty
what
funny.
she is
I have
saying.
talked to Kimmy. Stop for a minute. I have talked to Kimmy more than one time. I have.
Yeah, you think you have.
No, I have. You want the screenshots on that too?
Kimmy hands the phone off every time you text.
No. It's her voice.
Oh, yeah.
It's not yours.
You're right. It's not. But every time you text, she used to hand the phone off. Now y'all
More
are
lies.
buddy.
Do you know what the truth is, Courtney?
Come on.
Do you know
Mel,
what the truth is?
I'm telling you.
You're telling
According
me what?
to my freaking daughter, my other daughter's down there with you guys.
Yeah, you want to come check it out?
Oh, trust me. If I had the vehicle and I had the fucking gas money,
I tell you what, I'll send you the money. Bring every motherfucker you want to bring, because she ain't here. If you think if she was here, I wouldn't be busting my
Bring
ass trying
it
to
on.
find
We'll
her.
be on our fucking way right now.
Another lie, right, Courtney?
Because trust me, I want to find my fucking daughter and bring her home. And my grandson.
Courtney, listen, can I ask you something? And this is a very serious question, Courtney. Do you honestly, in your heart of hearts, right now, step back and breathe and think, do you honestly think in your heart of hearts that Rebecca is in Tennessee? After you're hearing what Mel has to say, and Mel telling you that she's not there, do you really honestly still want to play that charade and think that she's in Tennessee?
I don't know where my daughter is, but I want her home.
Courtney.
I want to go back to sleeping at night.
Courtney, then tell the truth. Because here's what I'm seeing right now. I see a person who's spinning and spiraling, and the fingers are flying and pointing every which way but where they should. And I think it's hard, and I think you're scared, and I think you don't understand, and I think you don't know what to do. And I think that would probably be very scary. And I can understand that. Not only that,
I was told she was in Tennessee. That is what I was told.
Okay.
And that
Courtney.
she was fine. And my grandson was.
Remember, we heard from the horse's mouth. She texted her sister that she had a baby in GR in the NICU and he passed away. I told y'all, a little bit of truth in every lie. This is her biological mama that did this shit. She's a monster.
In the NICU. What am I supposed to think? I'm not supposed to doubt my children. Your children are the ones that you're supposed to listen to.
Courtney. While
And
you were
I've
sitting
been
there,
listening
Courtney.
to everything.
Courtney, while you were sitting there screaming at that person about where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Where have you been? Where were you? You want me to tell you where you were?
I wasn't there.
On social
Where I should
media.
have been.
Exactly.
What's going on? Atomic or whatever. I don't know. I probably didn't say it right. Salute to you. You ain't never pulled up on your girl. So, hope you're being smooth with it, cool with it, and true with it. Thanks for pulling up on your girl. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your girl. And yeah, salute.
This is crazy.
Crazy work, huh, Big M?
And how she on here just this crazy.
It's
What
a
is
new
this
thing.
world coming to?
Man, say it again.
Wow.
So what do you think that makes you look like? And so for you to get upset that you have all these millions of people watching and all these things that they're saying, nothing is being brought up because of anything but what you've said. You have to understand
I want my daughter.
Okay, we want her too. We want her too.
That's all
And
I
that's what
want.
we're here for. So at this point, let's just
But
be
how
real.
much of Kimmy's story is true? How much of it isn't?
Hey, Courtney, guess what? I'm not saying that I believe Kimmy, okay? I want you to understand that. I'm not saying that I 100% believe Kimmy. But at this point,
which she's
you guys...
sitting here telling.
So where they're located is in more of a remote area. So there is internet. It's not the greatest internet. So we've had a little bit of back and forth on getting the internet to work and speeds enough to be able to, for you guys to be able to hear them. And they explain what they...
Planning to publish your book? You could reach 3 billion more readers. If you've written...
Also making headlines tonight, the bizarre disappearance of a pregnant Michigan woman taking another gruesome turn. Her body turns up in northern Michigan, but the status of her baby is unknown. Fox 2's Jessica Dupek is tracking this case that's getting coverage really across the country tonight. And Jess, for good reasons, where is this baby? Everyone's wondering.
Yeah, Rube, it's just an incredibly sad story at every turn. And who we're talking about is 22-year-old Rebecca Park. Her family says that she went missing about 3 weeks ago, and her body was found in a forest in northern Michigan in the Cadillac area last night. But the really tragic, even more tragic part of all of this is the location and condition of her baby is unknown at this time, and police are being incredibly quiet.
The young lady that was found resembles Rebecca Parks, a young lady that went missing on November 4th, and we are currently actively investigating that. It's a tragic time in our county, and hopefully this brings some closure to this awful incident.
So as we said, Rebecca's family confirms her body was found in the Manistee National Forest by searchers last night, not far from where she was last seen by her mother 21 days ago, 21 days earlier near Cadillac. That's up north, of course. Oddly, it's an area that had been searched before, but she was not there. Now in court a day later, her baby's father, Richard Failer, and Rebecca's younger sister, Kimberly Park, they're facing charges unrelated to all of this. He's facing drug charges, and she's facing charges for tampering with evidence and lying to police. None of them charged with homicide. No one at this point, and that is likely to do with the fact that an autopsy hasn't been done. So we will continue to monitor that charging situation. I do understand that the victim's mother, she also had a polygraph test last night. Unclear the results of that polygraph. Now coming up on The Edge at 11, we'll take you inside the courtroom up in northern Michigan. For now, reporting live, Jessica Dupek, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, it seems like an unseemly question, but I do have to ask you, I assume that during the autopsy, they'll learn more about whether perhaps the baby was delivered or whether the baby wasn't.
That's absolutely right. And there's some pretty horrific speculation going on social media right now. Obviously, this case has caught a lot of eyes around the country. So I would caution as you go and Google search this case, proceed with caution.
Yeah, Jessica, we know you'll be on top of it. Jessica Dupek for us live tonight. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. I thought this case couldn't get any more disturbing. And then the newest details came in. What happened to 22-year-old Rebecca Park isn't just brutal, it is almost impossible to wrap your head around it. But the story now comes complete with career criminals who have rap sheets as long as your arm and disturbing criminal pasts that are so dark, It makes you wonder how they were out walking among us in the free world. This episode is tragic. A pregnant woman vanishes, and weeks later, when she's found murdered in a remote Michigan forest, she's no longer pregnant. But her unborn baby is missing. And the people now accused of carrying out this horror? Her own biological mother and her stepfather. What's worse, Rebecca had been stabbed to death and her baby had been cut from her body. This time of year, when you see groups of people holding candles outside, they're usually Christmas carolers or it's a Christmas celebration of some kind, but not this weekend, not in a small town in Michigan. That's when Rebecca Park's candlelight vigil is scheduled. Rebecca's fiance is now free to attend that vigil if he so chooses, and I say that because
So I want to say this, y'all. At that candlelight visual, you know, Kimmy got up there, her sister, who was released, and Richie was there, who was released on bond, which they're not supposed to be. There's a no contact order, but they can be in the same vicinity. But Kimmy got up and talked about her favorite moment with her sister. And you know what it was, y'all? About how she got attacked by the family dog. And how it was funny. Someone who was there spoke on my panel on TikTok, said that the vibe was very, very awkward. Very, very awkward. She said that Kimmy and Miss Park, the adopted mom, they hugged, but that was it. You know, but they said that it was really, really awkward. And then also, the other person to speak for Rebecca's funeral, candlelight visual, Richie's other baby mama, and her name's Ashley. But you get up there and say your favorite memory was about how your sister got attacked by a dog, and how y'all laughed at her after it happened. Diabolical.
because both he and Rebecca's sister, Kimberly, are out of jail after a judge drastically reduced their bail to $5,000. They had both been arrested the day after.
What? The mama looked like something's wrong with her.
Listen, the mom only has one leg. She lost her leg. You're gonna see her in a video on crutches. She only has one leg. She gets wheeled into the courtroom and shit. She only has one leg. She's an amputee. And it was said that she lost her leg due to rug use.
I was about to chime in and say the same thing. Was it? Yeah.
Allegedly, she got an infection from rugs, and they had to cut her leg off.
No murder charges. Very interesting. The sister for allegedly lying to the police and evidence tampering, and the fiance for allegedly delivering meth. But notice, no murder charges. Very interesting. Kimberly, the sister, will not be attending Rebecca's service because she's confined to her house with an ankle bracelet. And I think it's safe to say Rebecca's biological mother and stepfather, they're not going to be at that vigil either. Because Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew, that's their names, they have also been jailed, and they are being held without bond. And their charges are a hell of a lot more serious. Like first-degree murder, felony murder, torture, conspiracy to commit torture.
Look at all them charges, y'all. Her own motherfucking mama.
I was about to say that. Child. Someone you carried for 9 months. and had to push that baby out. And this is what you do? He like he's evil. Look at his dark eyes.
They're monsters, y'all. These two fucking monsters right here. They're monsters.
She got a horn on her top of her head. What's that white? That like a horn, don't it?
It's her bald spot. It's her natural part.
It look like a horn, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Assault on a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth. Conspiracy to commit assault on a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth. Unlawful imprisonment and removal of a dead body. Which, of course, that list would be more than reason enough to deny them any bond at all, right?
You are surrounded, as you said, by...
But at their arraignment this past Tuesday, the judge went further and told us something else. The fact that Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew both have long and ugly rap sheets, criminal histories. They both got records dating back more than 20 years, mostly for petty crimes, but not entirely. Bradley's record starts in 1997 with what appears to be theft. So welcome to the criminal world, Bradley. Congratulations. The paperwork called it receiving and concealing $100 or less. And there's a similar count in 2002. In 2001, he was charged with forgery. Then there's the driving with a suspended license charge, which, by the way, seems to become a hobby of his because he's been busted for that crime 10 times. In 2011, things got more serious for Bradley. He was convicted of criminal sexual conduct in the third degree. And in 2014, 2017, and 2024, he failed to comply with the sex offender registration requirements that no doubt came from that sex crime. Courtney, his lovely wife, first ran afoul of the law back in 2003 over an unlicensed dog. Okay, not a violent crime, but at least it was a beginning for Courtney. The next year, she was caught with an unlawful license. Plate. Like her husband, she's got several arrests for driving with a suspended license, but there's also a charge in 2005 for something called financial transaction device fraud. And in 2018, another for false or forged IDs. So clearly, she was progressing. In 2020, Courtney was convicted on 2 counts of lying to a peace officer. And in 2023, she falsely reported a misdemeanor. True crime podcaster Stephanie Pratt has interviewed Courtney Bartholomew more than once. But now she's got even more to say. Stephanie asked the jailed victim's mom straight out, was your husband, Bradley Bartholomew, in the house with you, along with Rebecca, the victim, on the night Rebecca died? And here's how Courtney Bartholomew answered.
Was Brad home at the time?
No.
Earlier on my News Nation show, I talked to Stephanie Pratt. She has the podcast called Steph's Case Files. Here's our conversation. Stephanie, you've been doing really good work on this case. I think you're leading in the reporting. Tell me a little bit more about your conversations with...
Leading and reporting. This is Steph over on TikTok, y'all. She woke the shit up. Shout out to you, Steph. Salute, salute, salute. You heard your girl Ashley Banfield tell her you're doing the best reporting on this. She was just a TikToker. Salute to you. Shit just be landing in your lap sometimes, y'all. Prime example.
Rebecca's mother.
Well, as you saw in that clip, the actual time span that it took her to answer me on whether he was there or not was 12 seconds. And that was a very long and silent 12 seconds. And to me, it was a simple yes or no answer. Was he there or wasn't he there? So in those 12 seconds, a lot of things I feel went through Courtney's mind. She's asked me this direct question. How do I answer this? Do I answer it in a way that puts him here in a safe time, maybe when her son was awake? Or do I just flat out lie and say no? And as you heard, she decided to say no.
I'm curious if your spidey senses tell you whether these folks are clever like a fox, or complete morons. And in my line of work, I come across more morons than foxes. I just don't know if she was doing the mental gymnastics or if she just started to realize, I think I might be painting myself into a corner.
Well, to be nice about it, Ashley, I have said several times it's almost like an episode of Dumb Criminals, because there are textbook 101 mistakes in this, from leaving.
Hey, yo, Steph, I got a couple to add to the episode. Let's go. Let's start a series. Let's go.
She said it right.
Girl,
One
she
of the
said
dumbest criminal.
I
Come
got
on,
a
man.
couple. I got a couple, but how did these dummies get away with it?
They did, and they thought they did. They got away with it for a little while.
But they got away with the baby though. So far, so good.
No, they just got rid of it.
Well, yeah, they did. Well, we're gonna hear on the next clip I'm about to play.
Let them talk.
We're gonna hear about what the confession from Courtney and from Brad. But see again, and then we're gonna hear where they fucked up. They both said they were there, but blamed it on each other. You both were there. You both did it. Like, in a sense, in my opinion, they fucking both said they were there.
The dumbest criminals.
Dumbest. And again, shout out to you, Steph. I got a couple more few. We could keep it going. Let's start it. Hit your girl up.
A digital footprint of research beforehand to straight out lying to not just me, but several content creators about where and who was with her that night, times. And so there was shadiness going on from moment one with Courtney. And wading through all of her statements was challenging. But once we put it together in our head, it was simple. She was leading us, thinking she was leading us in a different direction. In fact, she sent someone a message from her Facebook stating that she was trying to do reverse psychology on us. That's her quote. And I couldn't believe what I was reading, because we are sitting here thinking there's no way that you're going to convince us that you didn't have some sort of part of this. We caught on really early to what she was trying to tell us, and even reading between the lines.
Well, Courtney seems to like to play dum-dum jujitsu, and it doesn't work well with someone like you, because you have also gone down the rabbit hole of the back charges, the long litany of rap sheet offenses that this couple has been convicted of. Let's go to Bradley's, because the history of sex offenses are very disturbing, and the number of times that he just disregards all the things you have to do after you serve time. Sex offender registration, serious business. And you were able to get a hold of his 2011 sex crime victim and talk to her. What did she tell you? What kind of enlightenment did you get about the man who's being held for the first-degree murder of his stepdaughter?
Well, Ashley, this was during the time that Rebecca was still missing. And I'd gotten a message from someone saying, of course, I want to remain anonymous, but I have to talk to you about that. I am the victim from 2011. And I have to tell you what happened to me. And she goes into detail about where this assault took place. We know it's not alleged at this time, because it is a conviction, the very conviction that he's having trouble keeping up with as far as registration is concerned. She said that he took her down that very 2-track, the one straight down from Courtney's house that the phone was found on. So this puts history with Brad assaulting women down that same 2-track. She told me this happened in 2011, and she has never recovered from it. In fact, now she has a 14-year-old daughter of her own. And Brad, in recent times, has tried to contact her own daughter and establish a relationship with her.
Well, that is going to be a massive sex offender registry offense as well, contacting the offspring of your victim. I hope that they reported that to his parole officer. Let's flip over now to Courtney Bartholomew and her long rap sheet. Too much to get into. I listed it off. Those were the greatest hits. But the interesting part is that there were court documents showing Courtney had lost custody of her older children. What was the
Lottie Marty says, hey Jade Mods, chat, happy Monday, hope y'all good. You already know I'm smooth, we cool, we true. You already know, true as can be.
Hey, Lottie.
the reason that she was no longer allowed to see her own kids?
She has a 25-year-old son, and there was a part of court documents that talked about her not understanding the dangers of having a sex offender around her children. And I believe that there was several situations where she did have children around sexual offenders. This time didn't seem any different. She married one. In fact, he is not allowed to live at her home. She told me he was living in a tent 7 miles from her home because he's not allowed to be there. He's not allowed to be around minors. Her 14-year-old son is a minor, and he is caught on tape during the time that the protests were in front of the home of him being around that minor, which is another violation of this 2011 order.
So,
did y'all hear all that? I didn't see no violation in that. Wow. Sounds like a lot of cases we be covering, or maybe just one.
He should have been violated when he talked to her 14-year-old child. Really?
This man is he had the audacity to reach out to his victim's fucking daughter.
Man.
So you really want me to believe he never poked Rebecca?
He did.
Thank you. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. Everybody was fucking everybody in this house too. Wow. But at least these motherfuckers, they said what the fuck they did. So there's a little bit of a difference. They still got the crown. The ones, the ones I said who had the crown. They don't got the crown still. Because they said what the fuck they did. They told them what they did with the baby. Gotta give the criminals that. Thanks for letting us know. Lottie Marty says, hey Big M. Then she says, is that a woman or an alien? That's an alien. The guy in the middle, that's an alien. That's a monster. But yeah, he's a bitch. You had it right. He's a bitch. A dog, a female dog, a bitch.
She had it right. He's an alien from another planet. He's not from here.
Yeah, because we are not the fucking same. He's a Martian. In my Lil Wayne voice.
Stephanie, just to be clear, I mean, we keep showing this picture of Bradley Bartholomew, but I'm having trouble following the bouncing ball with these criminals. Was Courtney with another sex offender, and that was the genesis of the problems that she faced when she lost her kids? It wasn't even this one, this Bradley Bartholomew sex offender. It was another sex offender she was with?
That's right. It wasn't Bradley. It was someone else. And when Rebecca was born, I want to note this. Rebecca was about a year old. Her and Kimberly are very close in age. And one of the reasons why she lost those girls was because she tried to drive off a bridge with them in the car. But prior to that, there was a court documentation note that they were having trouble explaining to her or having her understand the consequences of having her children around sexual offenders.
I can't believe it. Every time you answer a question, you add something more that shocks me. The fact that she tried to drive off a
Lottie from the UK, you are a very funny person. I love the word you use. Another puff of fish face, yup. Diabolical bitch. This is crazy, y'all. So, again, I'm going to just say this. I want to, in my opinion, Miss Park did state in the interview she had to get personal protection orders against Courtney. She said she did everything she could to keep Rebecca from. But, us as human beings, we want our mother. And then she got into rugs and she had her. I feel so bad for Park, her mom, the adoptive mother. Wow.
Another one that's loves sex offenders. There's like a list they just go through and just find sex offenders.
And they be fucking, these motherfuckers be getting pen pals and then meeting motherfuckers through the mail and then get out and marry them and shit, like weird shit. So like, I probably, shit, they probably hear about this story and be like, ooh, I'll find someone to love me. I believe it. Shit.
I got kids. He'll love me forever.
Right, let me try it. Ooh.
No way.
Like, for real, these motherfucking people are crazy out here, y'all.
It's a lot of men out there that's not sex offenders. I mean, you can't find someone.
You know what? Okay.
He ain't even attractive.
And there's different levels, people, whatever. Like, that's why the tier's in place, you know what I'm saying? To decipher, because you could become one for peeing outside, you know what I'm saying? But you're not supposed to be outside. You don't even have to be around shorties, you know what I'm saying? But they can give you that, but again, if it involves a shorty, that's automatic. Women with children, why are you? And they're telling you not to take, then you choose the offender over your shorties. Diabolical. Disgusting. And I know another bitch like that too, a couple of them. Diabolical. Y'all motherfucking mothers are sick. You make me sick as a parent. Like, I can't even wrap my fucking head around it. I can't even begin. What the fuck? How you could even sleep at night or get on them panels and talk like that? And fake cry, bitch? That is diabolical to me. You're a monster. That's not normal.
I'm a parent that where I move somewhere, I always check the sex offenders registry list when I move in.
Me too. Like, I did where I'm at right now, where my shorties are at. Within 5 miles, it was 196 pages. There's 1,952 registered, and within 5 miles of my address.
Wow.
Then I just picked, a random, address. I was doing it just 5 miles, from the east side. I picked an address in the east side within 5 miles. I can't even remember the number, and it was like over 1,000 pages.
I remember when I moved into a new apartment and we had did a sex offenders. I did the registry and I found the guy that was down up under me on the list. So one of the guys that lived in the apartment came up there to cut my son's hair. So my son tells him, he said, yeah, my mama looked on sex offenders list and he found out that old boy down there on the list. watch out for your kids. Because he had kids there. They didn't even know he was on the list. And my son told him it was on the list. He moved out the next day.
I know that. Do your research. Shout out. Do your research. Do it.
I check everywhere. Even though I have boys. I know they do boys too, so I check. Now I got granddaughters. Oh yes, I'm checking everybody. I'm running teachers' name through the list.
That part. Me too. I'm with you. Babysitters, their parents, the friends' parents. Like, come on now. We got to. Shit, the police card. If I'm reporting an incident, hit that name on that popo card, I'm running.
Exactly.
Lottie Marty says they must search CO list, the SO list, see who getting released, need a freak. Or you funny, Lottie. Lottie is the UK. But y'all motherfuckers are funny. I love it. You be cracking me up. Shit.
They do. I'm with you.
No, it's a creature because shit, fuck a freak. They passed a freak. They ain't fuck creature. That's a fucking creature. She said, release, need a freak. Lottie, calm down. It's too early now.
Like I'd be your little girl. You on mute.
Thanks, Auntie. You know, or these women are like, here, just have them. Or like, hey, you know, just go in there. Like, what?
They're probably gonna know I have a large family. You can hang around me. Come to my kids' birthday parties. You could come around other kids.
You're gonna love it here. You're never gonna want to leave. I promise. That's probably what the fuck they say. Them weird ass bitches. You choose dirty dick. If you choose dirty dick over your kid, you're a monster. And it's dirty because they are S.A.ing motherfuckers. I don't mean dirty because, you know, I mean dirty like that. You're fucking weird.
Their profile thing said you want to come to Disneyland.
I'll pay for it all. You weird motherfuckers, you're fucking weird. Giving your kids on a silver platform, choosing your shorties. Then you want to try to drive off a bridge with them? She should have never been able to even, they should have been protected, I think, more. Like, they should have made sure any violation that she, because Miss Park does say that she violated a couple of them. She should have been hit hard with that shit, like, to protect the shorties, because look, she unalived her daughter and her grandson. She was dilated to a 1, y'all. She was about to have that baby. Why couldn't she have the baby? This is my question. She was so close to having it. Why couldn't she just have the baby? And then you all do what the fuck y'all was gonna do. That's some sick shit.
I'm with you, Lottie. I'll be in jail too.
Lottie says, I am a mom, Nana, Jita, Grima. You look at any of my family sideways, I go to jail for you because I ain't living till, man, that part. Big M, I'm a laugh and choke at the same time. Hey, hey, you know what? Hey, I just know y'all already know. I'm definitely gonna have my bat with me. And some more shit.
No, when it's your family, you get stripped like never before.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a different type of feeling. It's that I feel that mama bear. When you're in the woods and they say, allegedly, if you come between that mama bear and that cub, you better run. As fast as you can. Because they can run fast, them big ass bears. They can move fast. Don't never underestimate a real parent. Doesn't matter. It's like you turn into superpower. You got superpowers when it comes to your shorty. Well, I got superpowers because I don't give a fuck. I see it. Boom. I don't give them no fucks. I don't care. And I'm gonna do whatever. So yeah. Just can't believe another mother. We're hearing the same shit.
bridge with the daughter she eventually would be accused of murdering and butchering to remove a baby. I feel like, Stephanie, you and I aren't finished talking. I think we're going to be discussing this case a lot more. Thank you so much for doing this on a Friday night. I look forward to our next conversation. And that's where this case stands tonight.
Did you know that nearly half of US TV streaming time is on Roku? With Roku's new self-service ad tool, it's easy to set up.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. Sadly, but the crimes that were committed against Rebecca Park, damn, this is on a whole other level. So Rebecca was 22 years old. She was 38 weeks pregnant, right? Just like 2 weeks away from giving birth.
Not Ashley Banfield saying, damn. I'm sobbing. She said, she didn't even sound right saying it, y'all. Y'all got this woman cussing.
When she was found stabbed in the woods, her unborn baby gone, like vanished. Rebecca's there, mutilated, but her baby is gone. And the worst part of this whole sordid tale that I'm going to unravel for you is that the people they arrested for this despicable crime, they were family.
Pocahontas. She said, Pocahontas, Ashley took me out. Ashley, she said, it hurt her to say damn, but she had to in this one.
Girl,
I'm sobbing. Salute Ashley. What'd you say?
I was choking. She made me choke.
I'm over here crying. But salute to you, Ashley.
They were Rebecca's family. Her biological mother, a woman named Courtney Bartholomew, and Courtney's husband, Bradley Bartholomew. This couple was hauled in and cuffed within days of Rebecca being found like that, in the woods, mutilated. Both Courtney and Bradley were charged with crimes that don't get any more serious. First degree, premeditated murder. And oh, it doesn't end there. Just wait until I run down the entire list of the vile and disgusting things that police say this couple did to their pregnant daughter, and the charges they're going to have to answer to in court. According to investigators, Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew didn't just act on an impulse one day. No, the prosecutors with Wexford County say that
Lottie Marty says, you know what? If I was a mercury in the thermometer, I bubble up and burst out on the van. Say it again, girl. It's some more shit. Man, they need the chair. We need the chair we got so much mayhem. Can we get the chair in Michigan? Please? This is bullshit. And Kim Worthy, you're going to the chair too, bitch.
I'm advocating for it.
Man, we might have to start a petition, y'all. Bring the chair back. Too much mayhem in this motherfucking mitten.
this couple had very carefully planned out this despicable crime. They say that Courtney and Bradley had done their research. And when they say that, they mean medical research, like how to remove a baby from a womb. They had done the research, according to the prosecutors. They created this whole detailed plan, and then they lured Rebecca, again, almost 9 months pregnant and just days from giving birth, into their home.
Just supports the claim, monsters. Why couldn't she just give birth to the baby? Y'all maliciously plotted this out, researched how to do this. Why? She was about to have the baby.
That would have
Evil.
course. It'd have been your grandchild. You could have still had the baby.
I'm gonna say it. You could have did what y'all did, but y'all didn't. Why'd you have to cut the baby out when you it's looking like the motive is the baby, okay? The prime, but the baby was on its way out. You wanted to hurt her.
Any woman that gives birth can be a mother because it's on the birth certificate, but it takes a good woman to be a mom, a mother. Anybody.
A real soul, and it takes a real one to be a real parent. Yeah, just because you have a kid does not make you a fucking parent. You are not entitled to being a parent. You gotta put in that fucking work. You gotta put in work, bitch. And this is not a parent. Lottie says the alien woman make Cruella DeVille look pretty. Yeah, Cruella DeVille's looking pretty fine. Yeah, she's looking 5 stars to me after looking at that bitch. Lottie Motti, you funny. Worthless, useless is the sole reason Detroit can't have a rough roll. Too many wrong... Man, again, we can start with her. And then go down the line. Lock them. You know what? How about we lock them all? Because a lot of them are here. Put them in the cage together till they all go down the line. They can all fuck each other. The sick fucking weirdos. Now fuck each other. Y'all want to fuck out here and just fuck. Go ahead. You fucking get it out your fucking system. Monsters need to fuck monsters, not kids. Or unalive them or chop them up. And put their babies in the trash.
No, I'm talking about the ones that got like the 2 life sentences, the 3 life sentences. They got those here. They got 3 life sentences, 100, 200 years.
To wrongful conviction through corruption, lies, and yeah, I agree, Lottie. And then Pocahontas says, and Rebecca had went to the hospital and Courtney told her she better not have this baby here. That is just sick. Again, why? Why? Because you wanted to hurt her. You hated her. You had so much hate. That's why you cannot truly love out here if you are walking with any inkling of hate in your heart. You do not love yourself. If you have kids, you do not love your child. Because you cannot walk around with hate and love at the same time. Make the fuck sense. You hated her. Your own daughter.
She did. That's her sex offender.
And the first foul movement, you said, fuck my 3 older kids over a offender. Y'all can go to the system, but God bless, they landed in Park's lap because she's a great woman. Okay? Modest woman, great woman. God's blessing, an angel. You know? Then you try to drive him off a bridge. Bitch. You kept him around SAers, it sounds like. And then you do this to your daughter. You need the chair. We're gonna hear. I want to work with the prosecution. Oh, I bet you do, bitch. I bet you do. We don't need you to work with the prosecution. You already sang. What more can you tell us? If there ain't no deal, I don't want to hear about no more deals. If there is, I don't want to hear about no more fucked up deals. You get to have your life, bitch. That's it. That's all. Go. Bye. That's it. Lottie says, Jay, call Rump. Say Detroit law enforcement. Oh, good idea. I'm gonna need a throwaway for that one though. I'm gonna have to invest in that. But I need a throwaway. I might take you up on that offer.
Nah, they can't bring ice into Detroit. That'd be wee. Especially the National Guard. Oh wow.
Yeah, I it would be great. It would be great, but let's dream big. Dream big, you know? Maybe one day, Lottie. Maybe one day. And I don't know if Trump would want to talk to me, you know? I'll try. I'll leave a voicemail.
And remember when I said that prosecutors said there was a detailed plan? According to the affidavits, Courtney told detectives, Courtney, right? She's arrested and facing first-degree murder. She told the detectives that her husband, Bradley, had been searching how to perform a C-section on his phone. So, I mean, if you follow this podcast, you know how many dumb criminals actually do things on the Google, things that they actually carry out later. And then the Google is brought into the court. And the charges, yeah, they're easy to prove when you have the Google saying you did the thing that you're charged with. So I'll get to that in a minute. But I need you to brace yourself because the details in this are really, really bad. Rebecca was stabbed to death after being mercilessly tortured.
You've summoned the power to make webinars easier from start to finish, and its name is
Her killers had cut her baby out of her womb while she was still alive. Just let that sink in. Rebecca is alive. And police and prosecutors say this foul couple butchered her and cut that baby out of her, still alive. The story is being told about who did what and how. They're just unimaginable. It's a little confusing, actually, how the entire crime was carried out, but I think I can piece together sort of a plan for you, a flow chart of what happened. And I'm going to start here. Courtney, as you know, is Rebecca's birth mother. And Rebecca had connected with her a couple of years ago, but Rebecca had an adoptive mom, right? Somebody who actually raised her. And that woman's name is Stephanie Park. That's why Rebecca's last name is Park, Rebecca Park. So her adoptive mom is Stephanie Park, and Stephanie told the Detroit Free Press that birth mom, Courtney Bartholomew, used something very specific to lure her daughter Rebecca to the Bartholomew home on November 3rd. She said it was an offer of inheritance money. And detectives say the affidavits include a photo of an $18,000 inheritance check. And who do you think it's made out to? Rebecca. Yeah, it's a check that prosecutors believe was bait. Pure and simple bait. How about 18,000? Wave, wave, wave. Right? Here's a check. It's inheritance. My long lost daughter I've just reconnected with in the last few years. 18 grand and you're about to have a baby. That sounds pretty tempting. But this is not exactly how Courtney described this meetup to the investigators. Now, she offered a much kinder and softer version of events. Courtney claimed that she and Rebecca were simply planning to get together to, quote, spend some time, maybe even go get ice cream. And that they only went back to Courtney's house so that she could give her daughter Rebecca some laundry soap. From there, though, prosecutors say everything went sideways. Police say the Bartholomews, Courtney and Bradley, put Rebecca into a car, and then the rest of what happened was almost unspeakable. So let's break down exactly what prosecutors are saying happened to Rebecca that day and why the prosecutors believe they know the timeline. Because the allegations are darker and more calculated and far more disturbing than anything we've heard so far in this case. And what investigators say unfolded inside that house, inside that car, and in the hours that followed outside in the woods is like something out of a slasher movie. But there's a whole other twist as well in this complicated and sordid story. We're actually learning that Rebecca's sister, woman named Kimberly Park, well, the talk is that Kimberly Park, Rebecca's sister, was romantically involved with Rebecca's fiance. You heard me right. The victim's sister apparently was involved with her fiance, a guy named Rich Fowler. And when it comes to Rich Fowler, apparently he was a busy guy when it came to this family, because the mom, Rebecca's mom, her birth mother, Courtney Bartholomew, also was apparently involved with Rich, her daughter's fiance. So fair to say with, a family like this, who the hell?
Lottie Marty says, the eyes ate the window to the soul. Look good at her. They black and empty. She got no soul. She doesn't. Y'all, so now, let's listen to them blame each other. Y'all ready?
If you followed our reporting on the absolutely horrific killing of a young pregnant woman in Michigan, Rebecca Park, you're really not going to be shocked to learn what the victim's loved ones told police about who did what and why. If this case is new to you, just know that Park was 22 years old and 38 weeks along when she disappeared on November 3rd. She was found November 25th in a national forest, stabbed to death, and her baby cut out of her body. Prosecutors say the baby's dead, but we still don't know where it is. Rebecca's birth mother and stepfather, we're talking about Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew, are each charged with first-degree murder among many other charges. They're each being held without bail. We're talking about the family here being responsible or allegedly responsible. And now we have the probable cause affidavits that are supporting their arrest. And surprise, each is pointing the finger at one another. Police say Courtney told them that Bradley confessed to killing Rebecca the day after her mutilated body was found. Allegedly, Courtney said Bradley claimed to have slit Rebecca's throat. And when she asked what happened to the baby, he said he put it in a cooler and then a trash bag and then threw it in the trash. But then Bradley spoke to police and allegedly said Courtney stabbed Rebecca, ripped out the baby, and threw it away in a cooler. He said Courtney had Rebecca lie down in the woods while she was still alive.
Did y'all hear that? How stupid can you be? How do y'all both know the baby went in the trash? Dumb as criminals.
And cut the baby out of her, supposedly because she wanted it for herself, which obviously raises the question of why she didn't keep it unless it didn't survive. But the only murder charge that was filed so far is for Rebecca's murder, not the infant's. And if that is not enough to make your head spin about all of this, because it's so hard to understand what's happening, there is another affidavit we need to talk about. This one for Rebecca's sister, Kimberly Park, again, all in the family. She has been charged with lying to police and obstruction, and now we know why. 3 days before Rebecca was found, Kimberly allegedly told police that Courtney and Brad killed her, both of them. She said they hit Rebecca so hard on the head that she had a seizure and died, so they had her carted away. 3 days later, Kimberly had a different story. She told police that her dead sister's fiancé, a guy named Richard Fowler, confessed that he killed Rebecca. Fowler's facing charges now too, but on drugs, not murder. Now, I want you to get this. Before he was engaged to Rebecca, Fowler dated Kimberly, her sister, as well as Courtney, her birth mom. I want you to process all that for a second. Now, Courtney was out of the picture for most of Rebecca's life. The two had just reconnected a few years back. And as for Kimberly, the same day that she accused Courtney and Bradley, she also spoke on a podcast that is hosted by a friend of ours. It's called Steph's Case Files. And Steph is Stephanie Pratt. And here's a bit of what Kimberly told her on November 22nd.
Courtney told me if I say absolutely anything, me and my daughter are both going down for it. She said it to my face. She said it the day after my sister disappeared when I came out there.
It's hard to make sense of any of this, but I want to bring on Stephanie Pratt right now. Joins me now live. Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on. I'm hopefully you can sort this out. I want to start with Courtney and Bradley playing the blame game. The police, telling police the other killed Rebecca, threw away her baby. Can you tell us some more about what you know about their statements to police?
Yes, they seem to be playing, just as you said, the blame game. When they questioned Courtney Bartholomew, she stated Brad was the one who hid in the truck, and she was then to get Rebecca to get in the truck. They got in the truck. Courtney says they're just riding along, and then he just starts taking out the knife. And according to her, he was stabbing her 4 to 5 times in both the chest and the back. But then when they brought Brad in, he switched it on Courtney and said she was the one that was swinging the knife as he was stopping the truck to get out of the truck because the knife was still swinging and he didn't know what was going on. So each of them blame each other. But really what police have to do is overlap their stories to figure out what is correct.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.
Now more than ever, our patients need us. Now more than ever, we need you.
Really a sordid picture. The victim's mother allegedly had an affair with the pregnant daughter's fiance, and so did her sister. So, I mean, this is a lot. This is crazier than I first thought. And I'm going to explain the whole affair part in a minute because I literally had to read these documents 3 times to really understand this convoluted family tree. The documents say Rebecca Park, the victim, and her sister Kimberly, and her biological mother Courtney Bartholomew were all romantically involved with the same man, a man named Richard Fowler. And Richard Fowler is also the father of Rebecca's unborn child that was cut from her body. So everyone involved has now been arrested, except of course for Rebecca, because she's the poor woman who was murdered and had her baby cut out of her. And in the new docs, it is alleged that, quote, something went wrong when Courtney and Bradley tried to cut Rebecca's baby out of her. Can you just imagine this? In a twisted scheme, police say Courtney Bartholomew was sending text.
And as awful the case as it could be.
I've covered a lot of crime in the last 30 years, but this case, there are no words. I mean, sick, evil, heinous. These words don't even convey what investigators say Rebecca Park's biological mother and stepfather did to her. She was 38 weeks pregnant when she was brutally murdered. I have to warn you before we go any further that this may be triggering, especially if you experienced a miscarriage or have lost a baby. So this is your chance to stop before we go any further. I'm Ann Emerson, an investigative reporter, and I've read through the 18-page affidavit. And that's a sworn statement of facts that's used as evidence in a case. And it appears the motive was either extreme jealousy or an obsession with having a baby, possibly both. I'd love to know your theories. Please subscribe to Criminally Obsessed so you don't miss any of these exclusive interviews on stories that you're obsessed with.
They brought Rebecca Park to their home. They forced her into a vehicle and took her into the woods where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out of her, ultimately causing her death and the death of the baby.
Did you see how that absolutely broke that woman in the corner? Take a look again at how she reacted to hearing that the baby was cut from Rebecca. It's how many of us felt, and we don't even know Rebecca. Rebecca's adoptive mom, the woman who tried to protect Rebecca from her family her entire life, could not save her from this evil.
I was in shock. So, I mean, there's only so much. I mean, you tell a parent that, and that's all there is to it. There's shock. You can't process that. And I could not process that. And yeah, there's nothing. It's not possible. My daughter was tortured while she was alive.
We'll get to my exclusive interview in a minute, but first, 4 people have been arrested. I'm going to tell you who they are and their relationship to Rebecca. It's complicated. Their family tree is more like a twisted vine of poison ivy. So let's start with the victim. She's 22-year-old Rebecca Park, and the last time anyone saw her alive was November 3rd in Boone, Michigan. Population 90. She was 38 weeks pregnant and had been having contractions. She'd even gone to the hospital the day before she was killed, but it was false labor. She'd been in a steady relationship with an older man for about 2 years. His name was Richard Failer, and he was almost twice her age. But she called him her fiance, and they lived together. Friends said Rebecca told them they were going to get married and buy a house together.
Just keep telling myself every minute that she's gonna be found. Her and the little man are gonna be safe, okay. Having problems sleeping because for the last 2 years, every night, she's the one I was laying in bed next to.
Up North Live interviewed Richard about a week after Rebecca was reported missing.
I tried to call her a few times because I didn't get no messages, call from her, nothing. And it's just not like her because we're together 99% of the time. When we're not, you can ask anybody, we're always on our phones messaging each other, letting us know, each other know what's going on.
Rebecca's younger sister, Kimberly Park, is the one that reported her missing. She told police that Rebecca was last known to be with Courtney Bartholomew. That's their biological mother. She went live on social media saying she knew what happened to Rebecca. 40-year-old Courtney Bartholomew is Rebecca and Kimberly Park's biological mother, but she didn't raise them. Courtney told police that she picked Rebecca up on November.
Lottie Marty says, my son Anthony passed to the Lord, aged 5.5 months old from COTF in 1976. It still burns my heart. These heathens, devils, incarcerated treat a baby like this. Nothing. I'm really sorry, Lottie Marty. My condolences. I'm so sorry. The lies, because what about when you were with her sister? Right. So we're going to hear too, guys. Lottie Marty, or Pocahontas says that. What'd you say, Big M?
I said my condolences to Lottie from the UK.
From the UK, man. We got the UK in the building. May your son rest in peace. And you know, your soldier. Again, you and Big M, I know, you know, be pulling up on me. You both have lost shorties, and I can never imagine. You know, I have lost my first wife, but I can't imagine my shorty, man. And my heart goes out to y'all. My heart goes out to y'all. But we're gonna hear too, they found some DNA evidence on the bed, and it was like Kimmy and Richie, and she was saying that they were having an affair. Like, this shit's this shit is some Hills Have Eyes type shit, y'all. I'm gonna say it. It is what the fuck it is, but this is crazy work. And again too, Richie was all let out on bond. After he was given $1 million bond, they lowered it. And while he was on bond, he assaulted his 21-year-old nephew. And he's back in Wexford County for a bond violation. But they're trying to see if it's a bond violation. You're not supposed to have no contact with the police when you're on bond. So where's the confusion? Bond revoked. We'll see.
November 3rd to go get some ice cream and laundry detergent. She told police that Rebecca had a friend come pick her up and he or she was driving a black sedan. And Courtney is married to 47-year-old Bradley Bartholomew. He's Rebecca and Kimberly's stepfather. Courtney told police that the girls did not like Bradley. Bradley told police that he didn't get along with Rebecca because of his criminal history. And he also told police that Courtney's and Rebecca's relationship was rocky. But here's where things get really interesting, and it just came out in court documents. Apparently, Courtney wanted to leave Bradley because she was in a relationship with Richard. That is Rebecca.
Wait a minute. Y'all heard that? They didn't get along because of his criminal past record. Which part? The driving unsuspended, the stealing. Probably the SA one, right? Let's just, my opinion. Wow. And again, as a mother, I would never watch my daughter date a man that I'm with a man they got 5 years in between each other. You're crazy as fuck. Pocahontas said, wait a minute. I did not know that. My condolences, Lottie. Yeah, Lottie. Thank you for sharing with us. You know what I'm saying? Again, my condolences. I could never imagine, y'all. I could never imagine.
Rebecca's fiance. And Kimberly had a relationship with Richard too. But at the end of the affidavit, Courtney drops a bomb, saying Rebecca's baby was actually Bradley's, not Richard's. Rebecca's body wasn't found until 3 weeks later, on November 25th. On November 30th,
No!
Hey, wait.
I'm good. I told y'all. This is crazy.
Wait.
I need to go to law school, y'all. I need to start my own motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? What? I didn't know that part. Wow. That's why we break it down, y'all. Wow. Lottie says, to you, thank you so much. Appreciate it, Pocahontas. Wow, y'all. I don't think Richie and Bradley liked each other.
her biological mother and stepfather were arrested. So Courtney and Bradley are now facing 8 charges connected to Rebecca's murder, and they're behind bars. And Richard, he was arrested on unrelated drug charges. Meanwhile, Stephanie is trying to raise Rebecca's and Kimberly's babies and still trying to process what happened. I want to understand who Rebecca was. And I want to find out from you. Tell me about Rebecca and your relationship with her.
We had a good mother-daughter relationship as far as when she was younger. When she got to teenage years, she became a teenage girl. So, we did our fighting when we were she was a teenager and stuff, but there were multiple teenage girls. Her sister was here too, so they were both teenagers at the same time. She had just turned 1 when we adopted her. She came with 2 other siblings. One was older, one was young.
So Courtney tried to drive off the car in the bridge when you heard she adopted Rebecca at 1. Kimmy is younger than Rebecca, so she wasn't even 1. Wow. What's going on? What's going on, Star? What up, though? Hey, JJ, my sis, I miss you. I miss you, too. I was just thinking about you. I'm going to call you.
Hi.
JJ, say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
All right, get out the camera. All right. Yeah, okay. He says hi, y'all. Salute. He says salute. He says salute. Say salute. Say salute. Say salute. Say salute. He's telling y'all salute. All right, JJ. All right. But yeah. He salute. Salute. Say salute. All right, y'all. They say salute back to you. Javen. Not funny. Not cool, dude. What'd you just do, dude?
No.
This crazy, bird.
No.
Man, get up out of here.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he exited us out, y'all. Salute. He's over here. But all right, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna get him set up. David, stop. Yeah, we'll be right back. Hold on 1 second.
Younger. Kimberly was a month old. So we adopted them right after that, and they were always with us. I mean, I can't say they lived here until they were 22, but they were in and out and stuff, and holidays, and they'd come over on weekends or just when they needed something. And yeah, we'd go shopping and regular old mother-daughter stuff. As at 18, she left the house just to go, just like 18-year-old people do. The minute she walked out of the house, Courtney found her, the biological person found her, and yeah, went downhill from there. And I tried everything I could to keep them safe from her, but there's nothing you can do for an adult that just doesn't want to, or doesn't understand the dangers of what's out there. She was raised in a safe home with safe people, and the girls didn't understand how bad some people are out there.
Stephanie, I'm so sorry. That's just as a mom, like raising teens, like you kind of go through these natural ebbs and flows, don't you? Of like, they're listening to you, they're not listening to you. But this was a different situation, wasn't it?
Courtney was extremely manipulative and can talk. I don't know how she can look like she's got your best interest in mind, but she never had from the beginning. I mean, I've had to have restraining orders against her and stuff in the past where she's tried to find the kids and things. So, I mean.
So this is the trouble you've had with her biological mom, Courtney, has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, 22 years. Since they walked into the house when they were they didn't walk. They were carried into the house when they were babies.
And what would she say? Like she was trying to get the children back from you?
Yeah. No, she found out where I worked because we're a small town, and she would show up at my job, and I would have to stop working and move patients around so that she couldn't. Yeah, she had to be removed by security when her kids were babies. And she had just hunted us down by knowing what we looked like and stuff.
And this went on for the whole time that you had the children, after you adopted
back
them.
and forth. We moved, ended up, our phone numbers changed and they were all unlisted. And so their address changed. The kids' names had to be all changed. First, middle, last, social securities, everything changed. They were just put in hiding essentially.
But see, if it was that serious, that don't make sense. They changed all the name, and protect him just to hand him over to the monster. Crazy. Lottie says the family remind me of the Clampets in the Beverly Hills. In my opinion, this reminds me of a couple motherfucking stories. You know, I'm with you, Lottie. I'm with you, Lottie. Every sentence begins with left side eye. These people were actually exactly the full 100. Yeah, again, what, Steph, Parks, what you just said has me scratching my head.
It just goes to say the lengths she went to get to this girl.
Yeah, and it shows like that she should have been locked up, or like, I mean, shit, why would you stay in a small populated area? She found your job, you got money, I know you do. Why not get the fuck home? In my opinion, you went to all those lengths just for her to, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Obviously you knew it was fucking serious, and you can't say, oh, well, I can't stop an adult. Shit. I don't know, but I guess, it is what it is.
So this is not, I've always known that she was trouble, that there was going to be, and I could never convince the girls. I mean, adopted kids just want to know where they came from and who their biological family was, and find out why they were put up for adoption, even though my girls knew they had been taken for their own safety and stuff. And you can't stop them from doing it. I mean, it was not like it was an open adoption or something. It was about as closed as you could possibly get. But there's really nothing that I could do to stop it. They're adults.
She got involved with this guy, Richard, and was living with him and was pregnant. Was that his child?
Yes, that was his child. And they'd been together for 2 years, because he was there when her other little boy was born. And they were not romantically involved at that point, but he had kind of stepped in and kind of helped her out with stuff, because she wasn't going to be able to stay with us, because she wasn't. I know he's much older than her.
Word don't mean shit, Steph. I'm sorry to tell you. Just cause he said that and he was there does not mean he's the daddy, baby. And you know he was dating the mama and poking the sister too. Come on, Steph. We don't know who the baby father is. And Rebecca and Brad didn't get along from his mouth because of his past. He's a registered offender.
But how they say it was Brad baby though?
Courtney said it. The biological mother said it out of her mouth. But it's, at this point, we don't know. It's just, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. But again, there's a good chance it's 50-50. We don't know whose baby that is. It could be Brad's. It could be anybody's. Honestly, let's just be real. We don't know. We weren't there. But it's the only two names I've heard is Richie and Brad. I haven't even heard the other baby father's names. So, but we know we've heard Brad and Richard.
What if Brad had raped her one night? They was high and thought they wanted to get rid of the baby before it's born and get tested.
See, I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, why not? Why wait till the baby was she was about to have the baby? She was dilated to a 1. It was like, I don't know. It's crazy work. This is some deep, sick, demonic shit as well. Like, it don't make sense. But, these two men didn't like each other, but they were constantly around each other. Like, I don't understand. When you don't like somebody and they did not like each other, they were fighting over pussy. Why are y'all sitting in each other's face? Pocahontas says, the name change was changed. If they name was changed, how do you change back to Rebecca? I'm not understanding. Right. That's what I'm saying. Funky business. It don't make sense. Lottie says facts, Jay. Hey. Y'all know what to do if I'm full of shit at any point in time. Drop the shit emoji on your girl. Replay gang, you know what to do. And I still have yet to received one pile of shit, y'all. Your girl, you know, uneducated.
So what if the name change was Rebecca? 'Cause remember she was only what 2 months, or how old was she again?
She was 1 and Kimmy was 1 month old.
So maybe that's what the name change was.
But it's like, if you change the name, and I know it's a small populated area, how the fuck did she find the names? She doesn't look like that bright of a fucking crayon. It don't make, the math ain't mathin'. Cause, you know.
I mean, it's a small town. You can figure out what the names are. They can ask people.
But she said they were protected. It seems like they were fucking under witness protection.
But if they was going to the school or something like that, she could ask the family. Cause like, you know, it's a small town. Everybody started talking.
No, right. It is very, very small. Like I said, yeah, it's very, very small. It very much so is small. So yeah, who knows? It's crazy work.
And that he said he was a drug addict too, and he had a criminal past. But like I said, I couldn't control who she.
I don't like the fact that she's saying, like I said, I can't control the fact that she was an adult. You're still, I'm going to protect this little guy right here. You seen him. I don't care till the day he goes. I'm protecting my shorty. I don't care if he's an adult or not.
No, I get it because I have adult kids. And you could tell them something and they'll still do what they want to do. They have their own mind. Like she said, she's an adult. She can't control her every move she makes. And that's understandable.
No, I can see both sides. I can open up my mind a little bit.
And then Rebecca wanted to ask so many questions and try to get a bond with her mother that she inquired that her mother just took that and just made it demonic.
Pocahontas says, JJ, that's what you got to do. A deep dive on to go to the birth records and see if Courtney named her daughters. I just want to see something. All right. I like the challenge. I got you, Pocahontas. I will. I'm going to figure it out. And I know some family members and stuff, so it might come easier. I know some people that know some people on this one. So, I'm going to take a picture of that real quick so I know them. Don't forget. Oh, shit. I'm going to play this clip. My bad, y'all.
Hung out with. But as long as, and he was told, as long as you were respectful to us and you don't give us any problem and you are above board with us, then yeah, I can't make or not. So he was always respectful. He's always been very well behaved when he's with us. So, I really don't have an issue with him as far as that goes. I don't like his criminal past, but I don't think personally your past should define everything in your life.
Stephanie, when did you find out something was going on with Rebecca? Were you alerted by someone that they couldn't find Rebecca?
Absolutely.
Had she ever disappeared
maybe
at all?
She'd take off for a day or something, but she was always in contact with somebody. So when her sister called me and told me, yeah, Becky went with Courtney last night and we can't get a hold of her. And Becky always had her phone on her. She always would contact somebody. So her being out of contact for more than 24 hours was not. And the police were called.
Lottie says, I'm sorry, them all hillbilly mountain small minds. This, whoever she is lying through her turkey neck. In my opinion, money talks. and she get paid for this interview, in my opinion. Hey, we're all entitled to it. I ain't mad at you for having your own opinion. I ain't mad at it. Adoption records that are private, adoptions are sealed records. I agree with Pocahontas. How'd she find them if name changed? Hey, loose lips sink ship. It was some lips, but I'm going to go down the rabbit hole and see what I can do. And again, I know, Fabian is Rebecca's biological father, and I know his daughters. That aren't Rebecca, if you know what I mean. That Aquarius lady that was on that panel, that's hers. That's why she was on every panel. So we gonna find out. I'm gonna figure it out for y'all. Don't trip. I like a challenge.
Within 12 hours of not knowing where she was. And they were on it immediately.
Is Hidden Killers with Bartholomew residents in... Yeah. Nothing like a family reunion. Courtney Bartholomew allegedly admitted to investigators that her daughter was conscious when she cut the baby out of her. That Bradley Bartholomew, Courtney's husband, Rebecca's stepfather, was holding a knife to Rebecca's throat while it happened. And that after the baby was removed, after Courtney allegedly tried to tie off the umbilical cord, Bradley slit Rebecca's throat. Jesus. I'm telling you, the hills have eyes. This is personified. This is this. If they did this in that movie, it would be like, that's a bit much. And that movie, it still scars me. I've only seen it one time, and it was when it came out in like the late 90s.
He said the hills have eyes too, y'all. Again, they both, it's on black and white in the affidavit. They said it out their own mouth, but they blamed it on each other. And again, I'm about to show this clip. Courtney only has one leg, so she needed help no matter what. There's no way Courtney could have physically did this on her own. She only has one leg. They both did it, in my opinion. They both did this sick shit.
Yeah. It's truly horrific to believe and know that human beings are capable of such deplorable behavior against another. But then you add it up even more, and it's like, oh, they're related. It's your kid. Oh, my. No trial needed.
At Ellen's Corners at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. They will have side-by-sides. They will have four-wheelers.
It's not from Ellen's, honey. It's right here behind my house, I'm sure.
Oh, you're saying she's behind the house?
In the background, my folks, on the crutches is Courtney, and that is Brad with the dog.
Like, you go down this road and then you go down.
She's talking about there's a search party meeting tomorrow.
Their meeting at Ellen's Corners is a large search party at Ellen's Corners at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. They will have side-by-sides. They will have four-wheelers.
It's not from Ellen's, honey. It's right here behind my house, I'm sure.
Oh, you're saying she's behind the house?
No, like, you go down this road and then you go down.
She's talking about there's a search party meeting tomorrow.
Their meeting at Ellen's Corners is a large search party at Ellen's Corners at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. They will have side-by-sides. They will have four-wheelers.
King of Road, bro. Girl! All right, y'all, that's Tennessee. She was in my car the other day while we were out there searching. You got a dog in there, girl? I don't have a dog. No, him. My guess is they're gonna search down there.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't either.
Currently, the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, the Michigan State Police, and the Michigan State Police Crime Lab are investigating that scene. The young lady that was found resembles Rebecca Parks, a young lady that went missing on November 4th, and we are currently actively investigating that. So if you have anything you want to say, or if there's any questions.
Just repeat you said appears to look like her?
Yes, appears to resemble. It resembles Rebecca Parks.
So you're not saying for sure that it is Rebecca Parks?
We cannot confirm until the autopsy is performed.
What about the clothing she was wearing? Was that similar to the clothing she was described leaving?
I found myself at a time in my career where I knew I needed to finish my education. I chose Purdue Global.
More details tonight as the search continues in Wexford County for 22-year-old Rebecca K. Park, who was just days away from giving birth. Deputies tell us she was last seen a week ago, getting into a dark-colored vehicle outside a relative's home in Boone Township. She hasn't been seen or heard from since.
Out of the car, turned around, opened the door back up. She's like, "Mom, I'll be back." And she got in the car. They crept up by my truck real slow. And by the time they got to the front of my truck,
a pregnant woman steps into a dark car and vanishes. 21 days later, her body emerges from the forest, but the baby is nowhere to be found. November 3rd, 2025. 8:30 p.m. Rebecca Park stood outside her mother's home on South 21 Wontonka 2 Road in Boone Township, approximately 38 weeks pregnant. She arranged for someone to pay inheritance. Authorities would later suggest this money could help someone avoid electronic tracking. The next day, searchers found her cell phone discarded along a 2-track road near her mother's home. Rebecca Park had seemingly vanished. November 4th. Rebecca's fiancé, Richard Falor, 43, spoke to local news.
Her phone was found on a 2-track across the street from her mom's. And anybody that knows Becca.
Raised by Courtney Bartholomew. She spent years in foster care before being adopted by Stephanie Park, became 2. Volunteers flooded the Manistee National Forest. Among them was Caleb Kozlowski from the Clandestine Investigative Authority, a professional search group from Clare County.
I noticed that Rebecca was a foster child. I myself was a foster child for 16 years, and I know what it's like to find a family that actually cares for you, even a group of friends, and to have that person ripped from you, it really tears at my heart. I want to bring closure to her and her family.
November 18th came and went. Rebecca's due date. Still, no sign of her or the baby. The sheriff's office issued a statement. Social media rumors and misinformation were hampering the investigation. They urged the public to stop spreading unverified claims. They couldn't share details about their ongoing efforts. But behind the scenes, something else was happening. Something authorities weren't yet ready to reveal. November 25th, 2025, 2:16 p.m. Citizen searchers, not official law enforcement, made their way through a section of Manistee National Forest near south of 21 Woonsocket Road. This area had been searched before, multiple times. Amy Letterman was among them. She was alerted by Rebecca's father and a young man searching with him. They had found something.
Everybody. So when they say father, her biological father and her half-brother found her. Or, well, saw something, asked this lady to go look because they were too scared. Her bio father? What? The plot always thickens, y'all.
On video. Letterman approached the location.
The 7-year-old did not want the dad to go up and asked if I could go up and see if it was a mask or if it was really somebody, and it was Rebecca.
Lieutenant Miller emphasized they could not confirm the identity until an autopsy was completed. They declined to comment on the condition of the body. They declined to comment on what the body was wearing. They declined to comment on how long she had been deceased. And crucially, they would not answer questions about the baby. "It's a tragic time in our county," Taylor said. "Hopefully, this brings some closure to this awful incident." The body had been found in a section of the forest that had already been thoroughly searched. The implication hung in the air, unspoken. Had someone returned to this location after the initial searches? At 7:33 p.m. that same evening, just over 5 hours after the body was discovered, Richard Failer was booked into the Wexford County Jail. Early the next morning, around 1 a.m. on November 26th, Kimberly Park, Rebecca's younger sister, was also arrested and taken into custody. November 26th, 2025. 1:30 p.m. The 87th District Court in Cadillac was packed. Media cameras were set up. The live stream was running. Richard Failer and Kimberly Park were about to be arraigned on charges. Then Judge Corey Wiggins made an unusual decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, both here in the courtroom, for the media, and those on live stream, the court has an ethical duty to make sure that the defendants in these cases are able to obtain a fair trial. The court is well aware of the publicity that this case has received across the country and perhaps around the world. So in order to protect the defendant's interests in this case, the court is going to take the courtroom off of live stream, and we will only deal with what is here in the courtroom. I'm also ordering that any media present not live stream the proceedings. The court has no way to protect that anything that is being live streamed is not out there for perpetuity. So for those reasons, I'm not authorizing.
Star, man, the hills have eyes. Everybody fucking everybody. We're talking about both men in this story, offenders, women, biological mother, choosing dirty offender D over their kids. Just to, take a knife and carve the babe out of her biological daughter's stomach. What? And this is up in Cadillac, y'all, Wexford County. Shout out to Wexford County. We're praying. I'm praying for you.
This worse than the hills got eyes.
Yeah, at least he let the girl live. Shit. He didn't unalive her. He just raped her with his weird ass. Ugly, weird, nasty.
But he wasn't family, though.
And he wasn't family. Shit. So you right, Big M. It's way worse. Star says that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy work. And this family also ran to the internet. You guys, again, I got to keep saying it. Ran to the internet. The mother, knowing what she did to her baby, knowing everybody's looking for her, is on TikTok. This. What? Go to hell. You know where you're going, monster. In my opinion.
To live stream, you can record and cut and paste and put a story together, but I am not authorizing the live stream.
Kimberly Park faced 3 charges: tampering with evidence in a criminal case, felony up to 10 years, lying to a police officer during a violent crime investigation, felony up to 4 years, filing a false report of a felony, misdemeanor up to 4 years, bond $750,000 cash. The court deemed her a threat to the community and a flight risk. Richard Paylor faced different charges entirely: delivery, manufacture of methamphetamine, 2 counts, habitual offender, 4th offense notice, could result in life sentence. Bond, $1 million. These weren't homicide charges. Outside the courthouse, Stephanie Park, Rebecca's adoptive mother, spoke to reporters.
I would appreciate all the public to just, if you see me or the kids, just nod, but do not approach us.
Yeah.
I am not capable of doing that. I cannot hold it together for the kids yeah.
Probable cause hearings were scheduled for December 2nd at 10:30 a.m. The autopsy had not yet been scheduled. The body had not been officially identified. The status of Rebecca's baby remained unknown. And the most haunting question of all hung unanswered in the Michigan air: where is the child? As of this writing, authorities have not released autopsy results. What do you think happened to Rebecca Park and her baby? The investigation.
So, y'all, I think we know. Well, we do know. I mean, they told us. We know. They're saying he did it, she did it, bitch. They implicated each other. They both said that one another. How did both of you know the baby went in the trash? Courtney said Brad did it. Brad said she did it. You both said the baby went in the trash. That's where you fucked up. Courtney only has one leg. She would need, you know what I'm saying? It all, like, this is crazy. Just because you work with the prosecution, bitch, doesn't mean you get a fucking, you get out of the fuck. She, at her arraignment, she's talking about, I have a 14-year-old son, he needs me. No, the fuck he don't. He had the audacity to ask for her to be, I need to get out, my health. My son needs me. Bitch, your daughter needed you. Your grandson. We seen what the fuck you did. Kimmy needed you, but you gonna come out here and blame her. Y'all fucking weird ass motherfucking weirdos. So, there we have it. We have monster number 3, monsters, broke down. You know, so justice for Rebecca and Baby Park. Let's drop the blue and pink hearts or whatever colors you want, you know. And then I'm going to end it like I always do. All right, Pocahontas says, I seen you when I was typing. He did it. She did it. They both did it. Yep, I'm there. I agree. I'm with Pocahontas on this one. I'm standing with her on this one. So, you know, y'all, we gonna end it like I always do. Good old Winnie the Poohski, you know, Christopher, Robin. You are smarter than you think. You're braver than you believe. And you're stronger than you seem. I feel it in my heart every time, y'all.
Peace, everybody.
What'd you say, Big M?
I said peace, everybody.
Salute, Big M. It's all love. Justice for Rebecca, y'all. Drop these hearts. Hell yeah, y'all. I'm going to leave the chat open for a second. Drop them again. Your girl will be back later. Pull up on me. Salute. It's all love, y'all. Be smooth, be cool, be true. And don't forget to tap that thumbs up button for your girl. Come on now. Just tap it. It's free. Get you some finger exercise. Salute.
Fucking hate on me, you're fucking gonna die, homie.